Hello, everyone, and welcome to our Gut Health and Happiness call. We are so excited to share some amazing successes with you. I am Debbie Wynn, Sapphire Ambassador, and I'm here with my friend Sharon Hazard, who's a Gold Ambassador who has an absolutely incredible story. She has had some amazing health successes, and she is literally aging backwards, which is awesome. So I'm sure all of you are really excited to hear what is she doing and what got her started in Plexus. So tell us your story, Sharon.
Well, when I was working, I just recently retired a year ago, but I saw somebody just bouncing around the office and she was always drinking a bottle of pink stuff, but she was clearly losing weight and she just seemed all happy and bubbly. And I thought, so I asked her, I'll go, all right, what are you doing? What are you doing? Because I have to do this. And she told me about this pink stuff, and I never got any more out of it. And then my niece called me and told me that she goes, I got something. And as soon as she said Plexus, that was it. I had already heard the name. It's like, okay, how do I do it? So I joined. I wanted to lose weight. That's basically why I joined. I had tried everything. I tried diets. I measured food. I counted carbs. I counted calories. I weighed stuff. I starved. I tried prescription diet pills, and that just made my heart race. And I even tried over the counter, anything over the counter that would, lose belly fat, everything. Nothing worked. And so I just couldn't lose any weight. And then I saw this number on my scale that was like, it went over 200. And it's like, oh no. And right before that, I had seen my son's wedding pictures, and I thought I looked really good that day. And there was just a lot of pictures where I just looked puffy and like I was 4 or 5 months pregnant, and I had one of those Spanx things on, and I just wasn't feeling good. My fingers, I couldn't feel my bones in my fingers, like I call them sausage fingers. But so that was kind of like why I started. And I used to come home from work every day and take a nap every single day after work and before dinner. I drank coffee. I drank Diet Coke. I ate chocolate bars, anything. Of course, when you work in a school, they've got chocolate everywhere, and it still didn't work. I still would come home exhausted, and that's probably why I couldn't lose weight too, but I don't know. So I started Plexus. I started with the triplex, and I didn't get the vitamins till my other vitamins were gone because I had bought a bunch of vitamins. I used to take all the separate little A, B, C, D, super B complex. I took an extra B12. I took folic acid, anything that I could take. I took extra C. I took glucosamine. I took a D, everything different, that I had to take. And as soon as my vitamins were gone, I got the X Factor Plus, and that made a huge difference because I used to have night sweats really bad. I had a complete hysterectomy when I was 38, and that packed on like 50 pounds, and your moods and everything going, and the night sweats and everything. So when I got on Plexus, I finally started losing some weight, but I think more than that, I lost inches. I lost a lot of inches, and I went down 2 sizes, which for me was really great. I mean, it's nice to put on your pants and not have to suck it in and have the extra muffin top over the side. So that's kind of like why I started and what I started with.
Yes, I love all of that. That is so awesome. And so many people struggle with all of those things because wanting to lose weight or having less puffiness or feeling better is definitely something that probably most Americans are, concerned about. That is so, so awesome. So tell us a little bit about how you feel like you're aging backwards.
Well, one of the things that I noticed off right away is I had this big spot as big as my fingertip right here on my face that went away. And I thought that was really neat. And then my cellulite on my legs, it just got better looking. And I'm like one of the people, I inherited my grandma's cellulite, and her thyroid and everything else. So I noticed my head. I mean, I don't have like wrinkles here. Everybody says, what are you doing? What are you doing? I started using the Joyome, AM and PM, and that made some difference. But I think for me personally, I noticed the biggest difference when I started the collagen complex, because I've always had this, we call it our turkey neck here, and it's kind of like going away. But I also feel like it gives you kind of a, instead of your, I don't know if I can say this, instead of your boobs sagging as much, or your butt, I mean, it kind of feels like you get a little lift. I don't know. And so I really like it. I used to put lotions all over. I don't use any lotions anymore. My skin's not dry. I don't use makeup to cover lines on my face anymore. I don't have to do that. I don't have to use under eye stick under my eyes. So those are big things. But also, since I started, I got off 10 prescriptions, which I think is awesome. I mean, I haven't even taken a Tylenol or Motrin in the 4.5 years that I've been doing Plexus. So when I started, I had rheumatoid arthritis. I had a horrible joint pain. It used to keep me up at night. My knees used to creak really bad. Right now, I'm babysitting my 17-month-old grandson, and he runs everywhere, and I run after him, and I don't do Diet Coke anymore. I drank Diet Coke for 45 years, and that was like one of the first things that went away. I used to have really horrible restless legs, and the doctor was going to give me something for it, and I said, no, I just I don't want to take more pills. I'm off of I had 2 inhalers, and I had 3 prescriptions for allergies. I couldn't even go to a funeral home without getting a horrible reaction from the flowers, and then it would go into bronchial asthma and a chest cold kind of thing for a few weeks. So that was really some big things. But also, because of my thyroid and my blood sugar, I could have gotten put on a blood sugar thing, and I told my doctor, I said, I want to see what my Plexus will do, because my A1C was 7.3, which is diabetic, and I also had high cholesterol, and right now those are normal. I don't, without taking any medicine, it's just the Plexus that does it. I used to have osteopenia before I started Plexus, which is the stage before osteoporosis, and my bone scans come back normal now. So I credit that to the Plexus, because I haven't really changed my diet. I used to have bald patches all over in my hair, and my nails would constantly split and break, and my nails are strong, my bald patches are growing, and I think my hair probably looks thicker now, which that also has to do with aging, because I always had pretty thin hair. So the skin looks better, it's tighter. I'm just really, really, I feel like I'm aging backwards. Health-wise, I'm 63, but health-wise, I feel like I did when I was 40, before my energy levels and the way I look, the way I feel, how I can keep up with, little kids and things like that. But so I take the triplex. I like the microbiome activating one. I take the X Factor, and I added the Mega X into my routine shortly after I started. So those are the ones that I take every day. And of course, my collagen, I take that every day.
That's awesome. What an incredible story. I mean, those are just amazing changes, not only in like lowering your blood sugar, your cholesterol, like those are long-term life changes, because we all know that those have very negative effects on our health, but just your skin feeling better, you feeling better, having more energy, being able to keep up with your grandson is huge, because that's a quality of life thing. Those are just incredible, incredible successes. And I am so, so excited. Your story is just absolutely amazing. Do you have any last couple of tips that you would like to share, or any favorite little tidbit that you love?
I think the biggest thing is that I notice with people that join me is they think it's going to be a quick fix. I noticed a lot of things in my first month. I mean, I noticed inches lost. I think I might have only lost 6 pounds my first month, but that was, I was pleased with that because nothing else would take it off before. But to not have sweet cravings, that was huge. I mean, when I just didn't have to have Diet Coke and chocolate, I mean, that was huge. And a lot of times, and my results are all verifiable, which I think is great. I mean, I have blood work that backs it up, my scale backs it up, my clothes. I don't have to be on these pills. I mean, I could never go for a walk or work out without using my inhaler. I haven't used my inhaler only a couple times in 4.5 years. So when stuff goes away like that, and you can measure it, I mean, so I don't soak the bed at night. I mean, they're all real things. And a lot of times I think when people take Plexus, they go, oh, I feel really good. My sleep is amazing. I never thought I had a problem with sleep at all. I mean, I would get up a lot during the night and look at the clock and go back to sleep. And I just never thought I had a problem with it until the stuff started going away. And that was a big, huge thing. And I'm never going to stop doing my Plexus. I'm off 10 prescriptions. That's a lot. I don't have to buy snacks and pop. I don't believe that I'm spending more money on my Plexus than I was without it. I have a better quality of life, and I do feel like I'm going to live a long time. And I want to see this little guy, grow up and get married and have kids. And so that's good.
Yes, absolutely. And I want to say too, I love how amazing you are when people join your team. You're so good at having them make a list of where they start so that you can see those changes. Because like you said, sometimes we don't notice how bad something is or how much better it's gotten until we look at that sheet of paper that we wrote out and we're like,
Yeah.
oh, I used to wake up 15 times at night, or I used to eat a candy bar every afternoon. And yes, it's so true. It is so cost savings to use Plexus. I know even for me personally, when you're not buying the snacks and the sweets and all of that, you're actually saving so much money. And ultimately it comes down to having a better quality of life, because that's really what it's all about. Well, thank you for sharing your story with us. It is amazing. It is truly a story of hope. And hopefully it's inspiring to all of you watching, because I think Sharon's story is just absolutely incredible. So thank you.
Bye, everyone.